Yo, what's up? My name's Thomas.
I'm Sam.
And we're doing our derivative project. What do we got for 2016? Because welcome to 2016. We got the Rio Olympics.
We got the Juno probe landing on Mars.
We got Condeezy dropping his new album Swish to double dollar signs.
We got the class of 2016 going to college. Yo, bro, what's the average student debt?
I don't know. I'm actually gonna cry. Right, let's just do math.
And we got the election.
Oh, that's debt though. Okay. We got our derivatives. We're gonna put them on the board and we're gonna break stuff down for you. Break it down.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
What's up, y'all? We have quite a flawed theory, but we got this. So, what am I gonna say? Let's stop right there. Okay.
We're completely delusional, but we believe that this is going to work.
Okay, I got it. I got it now.
Okay, we have these three, right?
Okay. Delusion is bliss. Okay, so the equation I got on this wonderful little project that was assigned to us by Mix Dexheimer was x over x squared plus 9. Right here, we see the equation, okay? This is the graph of the equation, okay? And the specific candidate that this graph represents is that of Lindsey Graham. As we can see, this point, this is when the election started. But at this point, no one knows who Lindsey Graham is. Not even Lindsey Graham. And what we can see is that when the election starts, he starts doing some campaigning, getting some super PAC money, and his name recognition raises a little bit. So he goes over, I think that's 0.25% in the RNC. Okay, you see Lindsey Graham right here. He's slowly. There's his height right there, 0.25%, and then he goes back down. This is Lindsey Graham. And yeah.
I gotta figure out what my equation is. I already forgot. Alright, so my equation for this lovely little project assigned to us by Dex is x squared plus 2 over x. A very strange looking equation. Now, the candidate that my equation will represent is Tronald Dump. Now, as you can see, before the election started, which would be at the origin, he was very popular. This was about at the height of The Apprentice. He then got fired from The Apprentice.
You're fired.
And his poll numbers dropped significantly. Then, for whatever reason, when the election started, he was very, very popular at the very beginning. Then, his poll numbers dropped unexpectedly when Chris Christie joined the race. Now, around here, he started talking about Muslims and Mexicans, and people loved that. So his poll numbers went through the roof.
We will have a wall. The wall will be built. The wall will be successful.
Just a little reminder, you're gonna put this at the beginning of the video. We filmed this in Miss Dexheimer's room. Let me restart that. We filmed this wonderful video of ours in Miss Dexheimer's room without her consent. We broke into here. Sam himself over here is a professional lockpick. Went to Lockpick School of Kansas. Kansas has a lockpick school.
We also bribed the janitor.
Gave him $150 and a bit of pocket lint. This right here, this thing right here, this is our first derivative. This 9 minus x squared over x squared plus 9 squared, this is our derivative. That's the derivative of x over x squared plus 9. Now, what do I call this? I have a very special name for this. It's called the Lindsey Graham equation. Why? Shows the slope of how Lindsey Graham's life going in this election. So what we see right here is the slope is nothing, or the rate of change. Slope is nothing. Slope is nothing. Now, what does this mean? Lindsey Graham's being Lindsey Graham. And then Lindsey Graham gets all happy, you know? It's reaching election time, and he's telling all of his homies, yo, bro, I'm gonna run. So his slope goes up. There's a little bit of popularity for Lindsey Graham. But this is the establishment here. Then comes the beginning of election. What happens? Everyone realizes Lindsey Graham is running. So slope decreases, and for the rest of the election, he hugs the zero. What we see right here is at the beginning of the election, at the origin, we see that is the point of inflection. That is the bad time that Lindsey Graham. That's where things fall. You know, that's his pole numbers. Look at that slope. Poor guy. So you got the whole what's what on the pole numbers and our derivatives and how they predict what will happen to our candidates. But what you don't have is a more interpretive vision of what these derivatives actually are. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dance our derivatives. This is my first derivative, or this is my first equation. This is my equation, x over x squared plus 9. As we can see in my hands, they go underneath of the 0 on the y. My head represents the hump.
All right, so what we have here is my first equation before the 0, before the origin. Now, as you can see, it starts by going down and then going down even farther. Now, around where my head is, it kind of flattens out a little bit, you know, like a curve, but it doesn't completely stop. Now, what we have here is going to be my equation after the origin. It's like a parabola. And that is going to be my equation.
Now, the beautiful thing about interpretive dancing is your body is like a graph. It moves. It's almost like water. So what I can do is I can take my first derivative, which I got here, and I can turn it my second derivative. This is my second derivative right here. See? There's Lindsey Graham's popularity going up, and then there's the slope going down. This is my second derivative.
All right, now what we have here is Charnold Dump's pole numbers with the first derivative before the origin. Now, as you can see right here is when the apprentice started. His pole numbers were going down, but at a much slower rate, and they were starting to go down slower as time went on. Now, around where my head is, he got fired. That was when humanity collapsed, and Charnold Dump's pole numbers started going down even faster than they already were. Now, if I keep doing a little bit of dancing, all right. Now what we're rocking is Charnold Dump's pole numbers, first derivative after the origin. Now as you can see, around here is where he started out, okay? His pole numbers were going down. People didn't like him because they remembered The Apprentice. But, you know, around my head he starts talking about Mexicans, pole numbers start going up. It's the key to success.
Yo, what's up? This is my third derivative. So, something like that. See, this is the failure of Lindsey Graham expressed in human form.